Testing system. My name is Arthur Smith. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please tell me your full name?
It's Farha Siddiqui.
And how do you pronounce your first name again?
It's Farha. Farha.
Very good, Farha. What does your first name mean?
In Urdu, it means happiness or pleasure, or it means the girl who bring happiness to the world.
Which country do you come from?
I'm from Pakistan, from the capital city of Karachi.
Very nice. Now, moving on to the first part of the test, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. First, tell me, are you a student or do you work?
Currently, I'm studying in the business school at the Vancouver Island University.
What are you studying?
I'm studying for diploma in business management.
Very nice. Now let's talk about how you spend time when you are alone. Do you spend a lot of time by yourself?
Not to be honest, I don't spend much time alone. I'm always surrounded with people like my friends, classmates.
What do you usually do when you are alone?
I guess the only time when I'm alone is when I'm sleeping or studying in my room. Other times I would watch the TV or YouTube or do something on the internet to actually it depends on my mood.
So, do you think it is important to have time to yourself?
Um yes, I do think that to have some time for yourself because it sometimes allow me to do things which I fully enjoy. Also I can plan for my future life and I can reflect on the past too because that's very important.
I see. Now, let's move on to talk about your hometown. You're from Karachi, right?
Yes, I am.
Can you tell me about the countryside of Karachi?
It's good. It's very quiet and without any city problem. Actually, I used to live outside Karachi before, so I know it very well. Our old house is still there. I would say it's very peaceful there, and people are basically farmers, so no cars or traffic. For things like that, I really like it to be honest.
So, would you like to live in the countryside or a bigger city in the future?
In the future, I would definitely select the countryside mainly because of the nature, plants, forests, farms. I mean, the air is pure, water is clean, no noise, no pollution.
Then, why do some people move to a city from a rural area?
Um, I think uh, mainly because it allows them to have better income opportunities. And besides that, some other move to city because they became attracted towards the flashy city life. I mean luxuries obviously. Because better earnings as most of the white collar jobs are in bigger cities. Also um, some others also move to city because of better educational opportunities for their children.
Do you know someone who moved to a bigger city?
Yes, most of my cousins live in bigger cities because of their education or job, probably.
Now, let's move on to the second part of the speaking test. I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes. Before you talk, you have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Here is your topic. Describe a leader or a politician whom you admire. Your preparation time is now over. Remember, you have 1 or 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I will tell you when the time is up. You can start speaking now, please.
Um, the leader I would like to describe here is Mr. Imran Khan, the Prime Minister of Pakistan. To begin with, I have a lot of respect for him, and I think it's very difficult to say anything about his accomplishment because he always worked really hard to make our country run properly. He used to be a cricketer, and he was one of the best cricketer and a captain of our international team. And after retiring from cricket, he joined politics, and now he is prime minister. As a leader, he has a lot of things, and I believe generally he wants my country to be in progress. Uh, he took efforts to find the roadblocks and um, save our country from corruption. And I think the previous minister was very corrupt. And Imran Khan did all he could to improve the economy. And most importantly, he created equal rights for men and women and reduce the social barriers. He became the leader by winning the most votes in the public elections. Honestly, I'm not very much into politics, but I believe that he owns a national party. I think it's called Tehreek-e-Insaf, and during 2018 election, his party won. Also, I think because he used to be a very popular cricketer in the past, so he has a lot of fan followers. That's how he became the leader. Um, anyway, I admire him as a leader because of his visionary leadership. He actually changed the face of our Pakistan from third world country to economic powerhouse. So some people still blame him for corruption, but that's a myth. He is the best politician, I think. And also,
I see. So do you think he will be elected again during the next election?
I don't really know, but with all due respect, I hope that he will again get elected. Um, I hope so.
Now, moving on to the third part of this speaking test, I will ask you some further questions based on your topic card. So tell me, do you think people are born to be leaders? Why or why not?
Um, no, I don't really like to think that people are born to be a leaders, but I think the leaders are made by their circumstances or a sequence of events that happen. Of course, it takes some special skills and abilities which may or may not be inherited, but one has to work really hard to master those skills and abilities. Um, but on the other hand, just mastering those skills and abilities are not enough. A person should know the proper use of those abilities to overcome the challenges at the right time to become a good leader.
Can leadership skills be taught? Why or why not?
Yes, I do think that leadership skills can be taught and learned because leaders are not some extraordinary people, nor they are born as leaders. However, the difference between the prospective leader and the others is that prospective leaders make a huge stride and motivated to climb the ladder in order to help others and lead an organization where everybody else fails. Of course, some people have some natural leadership skills and qualities, but it doesn't necessarily mean that others can't achieve them with hard work and dedication.
I see, but why are elected politicians often so unpopular?
Well, I think and they are often so hated by many because they are financially corrupted and they can go to any extent to in order to oppress the poor and silence their critique. Also, they are often fail to fulfill the promises uh, to ordinary citizens and they use the wealth in unfair ways to in order to oppress the poor and silence their critique. Also, they are often fail to fulfill the promises uh, to ordinary citizens and they use the wealth in unfair ways. And when these are elected, they just forget their responsibilities and exercise power for their own benefits while ignoring the well-being of majority of people.
Then what should a leader do to remain popular?
Um, I think, generally speaking, a leader has to understand the pulse of his or her supporters. Most of the time, he also has to be honest about how he chose his to fight for the cause of his supporter base, and besides that, a leader has to make sure that he doesn't earn his living by corruption or by flexing his muscles in order to remain popular. Or a politician has to work really hard to deliver on the promises in order to remain popular.
In your opinion, what qualities should a political leader have?
Um, in my opinion, in order to be a good political leader, a person has to have some common qualities which may include patience, fairness, commitment, and good educational qualification to understand the situation, the dynamics, and ability to arouse the public passion in a positive way. Besides that, a political leader should also have the quality to connect with his supporters on a grassroots level so that he is able to know about either his supporters are happy or what makes them unhappy. Finally, he has to be honest and dedicated to the cause of bringing solutions to the problems, but only for supporters, but also for those people who don't support him.
That was all good. We've reached the end of this speaking test. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, and same to you.